Nagising si Lilian sa sunod-sunod na message alert ng cellphone niya sa tabi lang ng unan niya. Dinampot niya at tinignan kung kanino galing. Sa kaibuturan ng puso niya, umaasa siyang si Sebastian na nagpadala ng mensahe. Subalit galing ang dalawang mensahe kay Chris at Gemma. Both had almost the same message. Humihingi ng paumanhin dahil kaninang nalaman ng mga itong tungkol sa pagkamatay ng daddy niya. Pagkatapos tinitigan ng oras na nasa LCD ng cellphone niya, 8:30 ng gabi. Mahigit sa 4 na oras din siyang nakatulog at tuluyan ng pinaglaho ng mga incoming messages ang antok niya. Sinulya pa ni Lilian ang bedside table. Naroon ang kwadro nilang tatlo ng mommy at daddy niya. It was taken at the hospital in Texas bago siya lumabas. Dinampot niya yun at tinala sa dibdib. Muli nag-init ang sulok ng mga mata niya. Daddy! Her throat ached. Sinikap niyang wag pumatak ang mga luha. Ilang beses siyang pinapangako ni Nicholas na wag labis na damdamin ang pag-alis nito. Can't help it, Dad. And I'm missing you already. Suminghot si Lilian at binalik ang kwadro sa ibabaw ng mesa. She stared at the ceiling when she felt her stomach rumble. Then she realized she was hungry. She hadn't been eating properly for the last 48 hours. Ipinipilit lang sa kanya ni Sebastian ang pagkain inihahain sa kanila. Bumangon siya at lumabas ng silid. Binagtas niya ang pasilyo. Ang dulong silid ay ang silid ng abuela. Natitiyak niyang hindi pa ito tulog sa gantong oras. Her grandmother was a late sleeper and spent time watching the cable until midnight. Unless the past 48 hours had taken its toll on her, then Remy must be fall asleep. She would like to check on her at mamaya ang mommy naman niyang pupuntahan niya. Matagal na siyang hindi natutulog katabi ito. Siguro tamang panahong doon siya matulog sa silid ng ina. They had to comfort each other. She had to comfort her. Nalimutan ni Lilian ang sariling pamimighati ng ina sa pagkawala ng asawa nito. Mas na naubos ang puso't damdamin niya sa sariling pamimighati. Sa ibaba ng pinto na puna ni Lilian, nabukas pa ang ilaw ng abuela. Natiyak niyang hindi pa ito natutulog. Subalit hindi niya narinig ang ingay mula sa television at bagamat nakalapat ng kaunti ang pinto, hindi yun nakasara. She would have knocked when she heard her mother's voice. So nag-uusap ang mommy at ang lola niya. Maingat niyang tinulak pabukas ng pinto. Bumungad sa kanya ang sitting room kung saan naroon ang malaking television. Sa gilid ng dingding ay ang rocker ng abuela at sa tabi niyon isang bilog na mesita. Muling natuon ang pansin niya sa tinig ng ina na nasa loob mismo ng silid ni Lola Remy. Nakapagtatakang handa kang ipagkaloob kay Lilian ang halagang 30 milyong trust fund. Her mother's voice was angry. Nagsalubong ang mga kilay ni Lilian. Kino-question ba ng mommy niya ang trust fund na tatanggapin niya? That was so unlike her mother. The trust is hers. You know that from the very beginning. Lilian heard the surprise in her grandmother's voice. Why? Paano mo magagawang ipagkaloob ang gano'n kalaking halaga sa kanya? I don't believe you're asking me that. That has never been an issue, Nanita. Do you begrudge your daughter of just trust money? Absolutely not. Money did not matter to me, not to mention that it was yours to give away. I am just curious. 30 million is 30 million and you're giving it to someone who is a mirror image of my own daughter, Lilian? Tinakpan ni Lilian ang bibig upang di makawala ang malalakas sa pagsinghap. Ano ang pinag-uusapan ng dalawa? Ano ang sinasabi ng mommy niya? What are you talking about, Nanita? Remy shot back. Nasisiraan ka na ba ng bait? Alam kong labis kang namimighati sa pagkamatay ni Nicholas, but I have always wanted to talk to you about this, Mama. Hindi lang ako magkaroon ng pagkakataon, pero ngayong wala na si Nicholas, malaya ko nang masasabi sa iyo ang maraming katanungan at tinalang kay tagal kong inalagaan sa aking dibdib. Sinong babaeng to na inihalili mo sa aking anak na si Lilian? Paano sila naging magkamukha? Nanita, you are in grief. Naiintindihan ko ang nararamdaman mo. I suggest you go back to your room. Wait! Narinig ni Lilian ang mga yabag nito. Bibigyan kita ng sleeping pills. I don't need sleeping pills. Nanita's voice halted her grandmother's footsteps. Ang gusto kong malaman ay ang katotohanan. Wala kaming pinag-usapan ni Nicholas tungkol sa bagay na to, pero natitiyak kong may alam siya tungkol sa totoong nangyari sa aming anak. Nararamdaman ko yon. Hindi niya miminsang dinala sa dibdib niya ang larawan ni Lilian. Not my daughter, Lilian. Lilian na kasama natin. He would always say that he wanted to live longer for her, to make her feel love, na gusto niyang punan sa maikling panahon ang pagkawala niya sa buhay nito, that he wanted for Lilian to remember that she has a father that he loved her so, and he did truly love her. We do love her. We all know your husband was dying. Yon ang gusto niyang punan. Ang nakatakdang pagkawala niya. Who is this young woman that you made us believe to be our daughter, Lillian? Mama? What happened to my daughter? Nagmamakaawa ang tinig ni Nanita. It is a grave talking, Nanita, so I will pretend you did not ask me that. And let's end this nonsensical conversation. Mama, how about a little consideration, Anita? Suddenly, Remy's voice had gone weary. Masama ang pakiramdam ko. My arthritis has been bothering me for days. The pain in my leg is killing me. Pero hindi ko magawang ito anong pansin ko sa sarili ko. Tulad mo, namimighati rin ako sa pagkamatay ni Nicholas. I loved him too. You must know that. Of course. Nanita stammered and her voice held guilt. Gusto ko nang magpahinga, please. The past 2 days had drained all my strength. I am sure you too feel that way. Alright, Mama. Nanita took a long and deep sigh. Pero tinitiyak ko sa iyong hindi pa tapos ang pag-uusap nito. Maingat, subalit, nagmamadaling muling lumabas ng silid si Lillian. Nahuhuli siya ng ina kapag nagbalik siya ng sariling silid. Tinakbo niya ang veranda sa dulo ng pasilyo. Bahagya na siyang nakapagtago sa likod ng dingding sa labas ng balkonahe nang maramdaman ang paglabas ng ina sa silid ng abuela. Narinig din niya ang paglapat ng pinto sa kanya. Ilang sandali ang pinalipas si Lillian hanggang sa marinig niya ang mga yabag na Ninita pababa ng hagdan. Pumasok siyang muli sa pasilyo. Sinulyapan niya ang silid ng abuela bago patiyad siyang bumalik patungo ng sariling silid. She was already inside her room and was leaning on the closed door when she realized she had been holding her breath. She released her breath slowly. Pansamantalang naging blankong isip niya at nakatitig lang siya sa kawalan. Makalipas sa mahabang sandaling pagkakasandal sa pinto, lumakad siya patungo sa kama niya at naupo siya sa gilid niyon. Her heart was drumming against her chest painfully that it might burst anytime. Oh God! Ano ang ibig sabihin ng mga narinig niya? Someone who is a mirror image of my own daughter, Lillian? Who is this young woman that you made us believe to be our daughter? May ibang Lillian pa maliban sa kanya? She thought with horror. Kung totoong lahat ng mga narinig niya, sino siya kung ganon? Then a certain thought came to her mind. You are Ruella. I saw the reddish birthmark on your thighs. My wife had the same birthmark? Yun ang sinabi ni Sebastian sa kanya. Habang pinagmamaneho siya nito patungo sa ospital, may 2 araw na nakakalipas. Nahimigan ni Lillian ang galit sa likod ng tinig nito. Subalit hindi niya yun pinagtuon ng pansin dahil ang buong konsentrasyon niya nasa kalagayan ng ama. My wife did not die. She disappeared without a trace almost 5 years ago. She was trying to make sense to that now. There were feelings about Sebastian that was so familiar, that was preposterous. Pinagugulo niyang higit ang isipan. But didn't she wake up in a hospital without a memory? Almost 5 years ago today. The horror of it sunk in. Tila yun suntok sa sikmura ni Lillian at halos mapabugto ng hininga niya. Oh God, no. This was just a bad dream. Tulad ng lagi niyang napapanaginipan. Tama. Pagkatapos niyang inumin ng isang basong gatas na ipinanhik ni Simang, ay nakatulog siya. I'm having a bad dream. I always have bad dreams. She was clinging to that thought desperately. Then she saw her cell phone next to her pillow. She grabbed it. If she had dreamed this all, then she could not have sent messages to Chris and Gemma. Could she? Nasisiraan siya ng bait dahil sadya niyang tinungo ang sent messages sa cellphone niya. At naroon ang mga mensaheng ipinadala niya kina Chris at Gemma, pati na ang oras ng pagpapadala niya sa mensahe. Inihagis si Lillian ang cellphone sa carpet na tila ahas at tutuklawin siya. Pagkatapos dumapa siya sa unan niya. Tears flowed from her eyes easily. Di ba niya totoong mga magulang ang daddy at mommy niya? Ano ang mga paliwanag sa mga larawang nasa paligid niya bago siya nawalan ng memorya? Ano ang kaugnayan niya sa dating Lillian? Kung totoo man ang sinasabi ng mommy niya. At kung totoo mang may ibang Lillian, bakit iisa sila ng mukha? At hindi pa totoo ang pagmamadali na iniuukol ng mga magulang niya sa kanya? Agad tinanggihan ng utak ni Lillian ang kaisipang iyon. Her parents and her grandmother could not have faked the love that they had shown her. At kung hindi siyang totoong Lillian, bakit ibinibigay sa kanya ng grandmother niya ang milyon-milyong trust fund? Her mother was right. Hindi binibigay ng ganon kalaking pera para sa isang estranghero. Kinuha ni Lillian ng isa pang unan at itinakip sa ulo niya. Nagsisimula na yung manakit. Oh God, why could not she remember? Anong kinalaman ng amnesia niya sa lahat ng pangyayaring to? Pagkaway bumangon siyang muli. Tumayo at dinampot ang cellphone na nasa carpet at tinawagan si Sebastian. He answered the phone in 3 rings. Sebastian, she sniffed. Hi honey, what's wrong? I just feel so miserable. I know this feeling, honey. Sebastian's voice was filled with gentleness and understanding. Ang pamimighati lalo nang matindi kapag tapos ng lahat. Kapag sa pag-uwi mo'y wala na rin ang pamilyar na mukha na isang minamahal. The last words were uttered with pain that made Lillian sob. It's not about my father, Sebastian. Hindi ni Lillian maipagtapat dito ang narinig niya mula sa ina at abuela. I am so confused. I feel so insecure. My head is killing me. She sobbed. Calm down, sweetie, Sebastian said gently. It's a post-traumatic stress. Where are you? My mother's house. She sniffed. I want to see you. Sure, baby, he said quickly. Hang on. I'll be there in 30 minutes. No, ako rin lang pupunta sa penthouse apartment mo. You aren't in condition to drive, Lillian. Let me pick you up. I am alright, Sebastian. Promise. I'll be at the gate in 10 to 15 minutes. Then she cut the line off. Hinubad ni Lillian ang pantulog at nagbihis ng jeans at t-shirt. Dinampot ang bag at lumabas ng silid at bumaba. Hindi niya napansing may liwanag na nagmumula sa corner lamp sa parlor malapit sa hagdanan. Binubuksan niyang main door nang marinig ang tinig ni Ninita. Her hand froze on the doorknob. Lillian? Napatayo ito mula sa lounger at tumakbang patungo sa main living room. Where are you going at this hour? Sinulya pa ni Lillian ang grandfather's clock sa isang bahagi ng bahay. 5 minuto bago mag-alas 10. Nagkikita kami ni Sebastian sa opisina, Mommy. Gumuhit ang pag-aalala sa mukha ni Ninita. Honey, do you think it's wise to leave at this hour? She forced a smile. Mom, alas 10 pa lang naman. It is so unlike you, Lillian. You would have sneaked out if it did not happen too. Mom, she said, cutting off her words. I'll be fine. Promise. Will you be back before midnight? She asked ridiculously that Lillian almost smiled. Maghihintay ako. She stared at her mother, Ninita's age showing on her face. Do you love me, Mommy? She whispered in a voice filled with uncertainty. Oh God, I do, Lillian. I do. Her voice broke. Her eyes shone as tears pulled in them. Kung meron mang bagay sa mundong to ang hindi mo dapat pag-aalinlanganan ay ang pagmamahal ko sa'yo. Namin ang daddy mo. She took a step forward and stopped. Bumaba ang kamay nito sa sandalan ng sofa at mahigpit na humawak doon. She smiled through misty eyes. I love you too, Mom. Kayo ni na Daddy at Lola, please, don't worry. Magkasama kami ni Sebastian. Tuluyan ni Lillian binuksan ang pinto at sinara din pabalik. Ilang sandali pa'y maririnig na ang paglabas ng kotse niya sa open driveway. Saan pupunta ang anak mo sa gantong oras ng gabi? Tumingala si Ninita. Nasa balustre sa itaas si Remy, puno ng pag-aalala ang mukha. Ang sabi niya makikipagkita siya kay Sebastian. And you allowed her? My daughter is 24 years old, Mama, not 4. Her voice trembled and she stared at the door blankly. Sa palagay mo, hindi yan narinig ang mga walang kabuluhang pinagsasabi mo? Ako sa nito. Magkahalong galit, akusasyon, at pag-aalala ang nasa tinig. Nanlalaki ang mga matang muling tiningalan ni Ninita ang ina. Walang salitang gustong lumabas sa bibig niya. Slowly, as if in trance, tumalikod siya at tumakad patungo ng sariling silid. Nakasandal si Sebastian sa pinto ng Volvo niya nang dumating si Lillian. Isinara ng guardia ang gate na makapasok ang kotse nito. She went out of her car and went to his arms, uncaring of the curious glances of the 2 security guards. Sebastian held her close for a few moments. Then, wordlessly, inakay niya to tungo sa main entrance ng building kung saan kanina pa niyang pinagbuksan sa guardia. Ilang sandali pa'y nasa elevator na sila papanhik sa penthouse apartment. I am both worried and surprised, Lillian. Aniyang nasa loob na sila ng apartment. Hindi ko inaasang papayagan ka ng mommy at lola mo na umalis at makipagkita sa akin. Inihagis sa Lillian ang bag at susi ng kotse sa sofa. I am a big girl, Sebastian. Besides, alam ni mommy na makikipagkita ka sa'yo. The smile he gave her was indulging. He pulled her against him. He threaded his hands through her thick mane of curly hair, revealing in the texture, and slanted his mouth across hers. She melted in his arms and kissed him back with hunger and longing. His arousal was instantaneous, but he had to exercise absolute self-control. Bumaba ang kamay ni Sebastian sa ibabang likuran ni Lillian at binuhat to tungo sa silid habang magkahinang ang mga labi nila. Isa-isang pinakawala ni Lillian ang suot na sandalyas habang papasok sila sa silid. Lillian helped him by taking off her t-shirt. Then he kissed the top of her head. I missed you. I miss you too. At isiping mula pang 6 na oras mula na maghiwalay tayo kaninang hapon? Hindi mahalaga kung gaano tayo katagal na hindi nagkita. Mga taon man yun na mga sandali. He said meaningfully. Ang mahalagay ang damdamin ko para sa iyo at ikaw para sa akin. Anong nararamdaman mo para sa akin, Sebastian? I love you. It was simply said. He pulled her even closer. His arms enfolded her soft body. Lillian closed her eyes tightly. I want to stay in your arms forever, Sebastian. Humihikbing sabi ni Lillian. I don't even understand why this glow when you're near. Why this thrill when you touch my cheek. Why this joy when you kiss me. And when you said you love me, I want to feel happy. And you are not? He was both pleased and surprised at her declaration. I am happy when I am with you. But why is it happiness couldn't last? Her tone was more confused than ever. Then sob after sob rocked her body. It broke Sebastian's heart. Kung ano man ang gusto niyang sabihin dito, kung ano man ang maraming bagay na gusto niyang linawin ay mapagpapaliban niya. Hinayaan niya tong umiyak ng umiyak sa dibdib niya. There was so much pain that is taking my happiness away. Wika nito makalipas ng ilang bugso ng damdamin. Para bang may dalawang mahalagang bagay ang nawala sa akin, ang kinuha mula sa akin. You've just lost your father, baby. Tumingala ito sa kanya. Tears pulled in her eyes. Daddy's death was given, Sebastian, pero hindi siyang tinutukoy ko. The pain that I feel is from within. It is as if a part of me had been taken away, that I want to die. Shh! Hinawi ni Sebastian ang ilang hibla ng buhok na tumabing sa mukha ni Lillian at tinagkanto sa noo. Sleep, love. Rest your weary mind. Hold me, Sebastian. Don't ever let me go. Never. He held her close against his chest and rocked her gently in his arms. The presence of an old familiar feeling was breaking his heart. Lillian or Rowella? Rowella or Lillian? He loved her. She woke up and felt pain all over her body. What happened to me? Her throat was too dry that it hurt even more to speak. Why can't I open my eyes clearly? The Demerol is still working. Mrs. Fernandez? Wika ng tinig sa kabilang tagiliran niya. She abruptly turned with her body and groaned painfully. You were hit by a car and you have bruises, but there were no broken bones, and that we have to be thankful. Yes, I remember that, but there's something wrong. What happened? May panic na unti-unting umahon sa dibdib niya.